What's up, guys? It's Bobby Douglas, and we're back again today with another 2020 NBA Draft Prospect full game video breakdown. And today we're going to be looking at a player who I've seen scattered across the entire first round, basically. Actually, no, not the entire first round, but mainly just the lottery area. I highly suspect that he'll go in the top 10 in this year's draft class. I'm not as high on him as several others are. I think I have him at 16 right now in my top 100 big board. And of course, the player I'm talking about today is Deni Avdija, a 6'9" forward from Israel. And listen, you look at his FIBA U20 highlights where he was the MVP of that tournament, leading Israel to a gold medal. You look at his Israeli League highlights with Maccabi Tel Aviv, you'll find a lot more encouraging numbers and plays from Deni. I'm focusing mainly on the EuroLeague with him because that's the type of competition that we'll see him playing against in the NBA. So this is a EuroLeague game from January 30th, I believe, and he only plays 15 minutes in it, but that's right around his average for this season. And again, I've seen a lot of comparisons saying that Deni Avdija is the next Luka Doncic. Yeah, I don't buy that at all. But you have to remember that Luka Doncic was a once-in-a-generation prospect. He's right up there with Zion Williamson and LeBron James in terms of how ready he was for the NBA right out of the gate. Remember, he was the MVP of a EuroLeague Final Four and all that good stuff. He was one of the best players on his Euro team. So, let's hold off on the Luka Doncic comparisons a little bit. But, yeah, so let's get right into it, and I will start the game right now. And here we go. So, yeah, only played 15 minutes in today's game, and he's number 8 in yellow, so he's running across the three-point line right now, and now he's on the left wing. So we will watch him play. I think Deni's a very smart basketball player. I think he's a capable distributor. I think he also is a capable shooter despite not having great shooting splits. In the EuroLeague, he only shot 27.7% from 3 and only 55.6% from the free throw line, which is concerning, but you have to remember that this comes on a low sample, okay? So again, you'll watch his form. He'll make a 3 in this game. He'll knock down some free throws. You'll watch his form. I think it's very clean, and I think he gets it off with ease. So I'm not worried about it. And he's a capable defender as well. So right now he's in the post. He did a really good job staying vertical there, not getting called for a foul, and then he also managed to push his man away from the basket, giving him little to no angle to make a good shot on that play. So, but again, I think he has a great all-around skill set. I just am lower on him than most, I would assume. I have him at 16. A lot of people are giving me crap for that. A lot of people have him at top 5. And, that's fine. That's what this draft is all about. But I just am a little bit lower on him. I do think he'll be a solid NBA player. He's just not going to be this franchise-changing guy that a lot of people seem to think he will be. So there's a foul here. And again, I skipped to 21 minutes into the video because that's the first time he comes into the game. Just have that be known. He only played 15 minutes in this game, but listen, he's an athletic guy. I think he can probably play 1 through 3 at the NBA level because he's a really good distributor. Even though he didn't get the flash stat a whole lot in Maccabi, he only averaged 1.2 assists per game, but I think his basketball IQ is really, really strong. And again, if you're looking for a guy who's going to be able to move the ball from a position of height, such as the 3 or the 4, I think Deni might be your guy. And that's the end of the first quarter. So I'll skip ahead to the second quarter right now. And he's in for basically the entire second quarter, and then that's pretty much it for him in the first half. Didn't really see much from him in that last minute or so of the first quarter. But he did have that one good defensive possession. I do think he's a good defender, so that's something. I have some more notes on him I'll go through as we wait for the second. Oh, that's Scotty Wilbekin, by the way. Yeah, that's basically all I have on him. But again, you're really banking on him to be an impact player in the NBA immediately. I'm not really sure if I see that with Deni. Remember, he's not even starting from Maccabi. And Maccabi's a really good EuroLeague team, but it worries me a little bit. So let's see. So now he's on the perimeter guarding. Good hands up, good defense right there. Not really involved on that final drive, but. And this Maccabi team is really fun because they have Tyler Dorsey, they have Quincy AC, they have Scotty Wilbekin, they even have Amari Stoudemire this year. Sandy Cohen, who played at Marquette. They have a lot of former college stars and NBA guys. Good job cutting off that driving lane there from Deni. That's a good job getting to his spot. He noticed that there was a breakdown in the defense, and he immediately sprinted over, ultimately rushed that catch from the player catching the ball down low, and it ultimately led into a turnover for Maccabi. But again, he's mainly used as an accessory piece here. He's not really the focal point of the offense or anything. So let's see what he does here. So he can post up pretty well. Again, good handle, good pass. Let's see if he knocks that down. No. But again, I do think he's a really good distributor. I don't know if he's necessarily a point guard, but if you look at guys like, I'm trying to think of good wing distributors. You look at maybe not Draymond Green, but kind of in a similar fashion where he comes from a position where you're not really expected to be a A+ distributor, but you just are. I think that's kind of what Deni can be. Snag that rebound. Good vertical athlete, too. He'll throw down some monster dunks, especially if you watch him in the FIBAs and stuff. And again, the FIBA is where he really made a name for himself, I would say. He was the MVP of that tournament, the FIBA U20 European Championship, I believe. He was the MVP of that tournament. So right now he's guarding a way bigger person, and he got that steal, which was really good. They called it flagrant, too. That was a really, really good play from Avdija right there. He fronted the post really well. He was probably giving 3 inches on Tavares, it looks like. And he managed to go up and get that steal. That's a really good, high-energy defensive play from Avdija. He made that free throw. Again, he only shot 55.6% from the line, but you got to really consider that's coming on a really small sample. And we're going to review this, so I'm going to fast forward until they're playing again. And here's Deni again at the line. Again, I think it's really good form. It has really good rotation on the ball, good flick of the wrist and stuff. I'm not necessarily worried about his shooting. I think that'll come in due time. Yeah, another good free throw. Good cut. He cut hard there. And he good seal on the post. Let's see what he does here. That's a really good play. You know, I think he'll make that with a little bit more seasoning and strength to him. But that's a really good cut. He did a really good job sealing off his defender. And he got open, got the ball, and it ultimately led to a basket for his team. So that one's tough because he helped on the defender and he lost sight of his man. His teammates helped bail him out there. But this guy's still arguing. No, okay, we're good. Again, he's ceiling right there. Again, he's stronger than he looks, I think. Got hit there. I believe there's a timeout here, so I will skip ahead all this way. There's still more to be skipped ahead. And now they're talking about it. I don't know what they're doing here. Jesus, okay. Are we ready to shoot? Oh my god, what is with this floor? Alright, I'm just playing it from here. Good job running around the screen. He kind of bit on that pump fake and got called for a foul. That's actually not a bad foul because he was beat defensively. And so that's kind of a smart little play when you're beat to just foul him. So that way he doesn't get a free lane to the rim, especially when he's not shooting. Not a bad play. You'd want to see him, not get beat. Again, it looks like Maccabi switching everything involving Deni. That time he just got worked in the post. So here's Deni right now, operating out of the post. It's a nice little move, I think he's a decent post operator as well. I think that was a solid play from him. Nice little jump hook. And now he's on the ball. Again, it looks like they're switching everything, so. Let's see how he does in the post here. Good job of staying in front, keeping him in front. Ultimately let his teammate get the steal. Let's see what he does here. So he's operating out of the pick and roll. Rejected the screen. I don't know what's going on here. I'll fast forward a little bit more. Then he did a pretty good job getting in position to box out there. Again, that was probably a guy that was stronger than him, but he just got low, put his butt into him, and ultimately the shot was made, but it was still a pretty good overall box out in terms of technique. See what he does here. Again, another post operation, and he lost the ball a little bit there. That's not really anything to take away from that. I do think he's a pretty good ball handler as well. I think he's really good technically in terms of like dribbling, passing, and then I think eventually the shooting will come. Again, smart player. Just ultimately, I worry about the expectations that are going to be placed upon him if he gets drafted too high. Because I see him as a late lottery, mid-teens type of prospect, and I think a lot of people are going to take it. I think he's going to be gone within the first 7 or 8 picks. That time was vertical, didn't really have much to work with there. It was just kind of like one of those plays. But again, he doesn't start for Maccabi Tel Aviv. And you look at players who have been taken in the top 10 of NBA drafts, who didn't start for their Euro teams, and the list is not that inspiring. It's people like Dragan Bender, Mario Hezonja, Darko Milicic, and I believe one of those 3 are only in the league. Milicic was a bust. Bender's on a two-way, I think, with Milwaukee, and then Hezonja, I think, is playing in Portland. I'm not quite sure on that, but he was drafted by Orlando 5th overall in 2015, I believe. But, you look at a guy like Deni, I'm just worried that people are going to have too high expectations for him. And you look at people like Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis, they started on their Euro teams. So that's just something to keep in mind. Again, that's purely correlational. Nothing to do with Deni the prospect as he knocks down a really nice three. Again, that's super fluid. Just hand up, just bang. That's a really good shot from Deni. But, it's all correlational. It has nothing to do with Deni himself. It's just a trend that I've noticed over the past few years. So I just think we need to lighten our expectations of him. And that time he got kind of bodied, but he did a good job staying vertical on that. I think that's Jordan Mickey. Didn't he play for UCLA? I'm not quite sure, but. But again, you saw that three from Deni, though. Again, he has the shot within him. He's not a. Let's see. I believe he might be out here. Actually, I gotta check my. No, we got a little bit of time, But again, we just need to temper our expectations. I don't like seeing him being listed as a top 5 prospect because I don't think he is that right now. But if a team wants to take him at 11 or 12, I understand that. But I think he'll go no later than 8. And let's see, he might. No, he's still in. So he's on the ball right now. Decent job fighting over that screen. You got. Looks like a foul. I don't. So then he's on the baseline. Again, they switched it again, and now he's in the post. Again, he looks really comfortable switching on bigger, stronger post defenders, which is an encouraging sign because he's going to get stronger. And if he's already comfortable doing that, I think that's another aspect of his that shows his versatility and usefulness on the floor. And again, he's kind of a jack of all trades. He does a lot of things well. Just does he have an NBA skill that's translatable, especially early in his career? The first 3 years of his career are going to be the most important in terms of what he ends up becoming in the NBA, because I see a lot of different roles for him. I like him as an off-ball distributor, maybe even playing a second-unit point guard in the NBA. But again, it all just comes down to the team that drafts him and how they want to use him early. All right, so that's all Deni plays in the first half. I hope you guys saw enough of him there. Again, he had a pretty good half. He had 7 points, knocked down a 3, knocked down 2 free throws, and had a nice little jump hook in terms of his offense. His defense, there are a lot of plays where he's got outbodied, but he also held his own down low. We like seeing that in a prospect. We haven't seen much of his distributing ability, but again, that's not really his role on this team. But again, I hope you saw some pros and cons of Deni's game. I hope I laid them out clearly for you. And again, I'll be back with the second half right after this video is uploaded, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe, please. That would be awesome if you could do that. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I will be back with the second half video right after this one.